Hello everybody and welcome to the Watkins Glen International Raceway of the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series Go Bowling at the Glen. Here as we start to round down this regular season, just 2 rounds to go after today until the playoffs. Shane Van Gisbergen starts on pole position alongside the 20 of Christopher Bell. As we get underway here for our final road course race of the regular season, SVG and Bell lead us to the green flag. Larson, Busher behind them as here we go. We are green and underway at the Glen. Will we have someone punch their ticket into the playoffs with a huge win today? We will see a Shane Van Gisbergen clear for the lead early into turn 1 here over Chase Elliott and Seabell. SVG in control here on the road course. A wild stat so far from our simulations. SVG has yet to finish inside the top 10 in 23 starts so far this season, although he has 3 stage wins and well over 100 laps led, leading a lot of road course laps, but has not gotten the finishes as he leads over Chase Elliott, who's now in second. Seabell, Chris Busher, Kyle Larson in the top 5, but Shane Van Gisbergen in control here. Watkins Glen trying to win his way into the playoffs from 35th in points, which will completely continue to expose the playoff system, and its flaws that it's had ever since its inception. And we continue on here as we look everyone down the back straightaway. Catherine Legg, Josh Berry at the rear of the field. Now the front of the field is all SVG. He leads over Chase Elliott here at Watkins Glen. Connor Zilic a little bit further back inside the top 10. Still a great qualifying effort from him, running well early in this one. SVG leads the opening lap here at Watkins Glen International. Now on lap 6, here comes the 9 of Chase Elliott, the former road course king himself, to the outside of Shane Van Gisbergen. Here comes Elliott to the outside of SVG, and Chase Elliott takes the lead here at Watkins Glen, away from Shane Van Gisbergen, the most popular driver, leading the field at the Glen, trying to get his second win of 2025. Can Chase Elliott make it happen as he clears SVG through turn 1 and looks to drive away to his stage 1 win here at Watkins Glen? And that's exactly what he's going to do. Final lap of the stage, almost a 7-second lead. Chase Elliott has an SVG. Just an incredible stage from this 9 car. Going to lap Noah Gragson just as we come across the line. And Chase Elliott will win stage 1 in dominant fashion here at the Glen. SVG follows home in second. Christopher Bell third, Kyle Larson fourth, William Byron makes it 300 cars in the top 5. How about Connor Zilic P6, AJ Allmendinger, Michael McDowell 7th and 8th, Bowman 9th, and Tyler Reddick earns the final stage point. But stage 1 is all Chase Elliott here at the Glen. He's got a rocket of a race car, and he's able to drive away from SVG, which not a lot of people have been able to do this season. So could today be Chase Elliott's day to win once again at Watkins Glen? We're going to find out. As we get back underway here, it's going to be on lap 30 here. It's going to be Kyle Busch and Chase Briscoe in the front row. But actually, they're going to come down pit road. So lots of strategy games being played already here, as there usually is on a road course. Briscoe and Kyle Busch pitting as we go green. Give up the front row. So now it'll be an all Hendrick front row. Chase Elliott, of course, your stage 1 winner. And the 5 of Kyle Larson, of course, who has the most wins this season with 5. As you're green and back underway, your Watkins Glen, Elliott, Larson, Byron, Hendrick Motorsports, 1, 2, 3, leading us to the green flag here at Watkins Glen. Can Elliott get to the inside of Larson? He will. They'll still be side by side for the lead on exit to turn 1, but looks like it'll go to Chase Elliott here. Larson fighting back on the outside lane, but Chase Elliott clear for the race lead once again here at the Glen, driving away from his Hendrick teammates of Larson and Byron. How about young rookie Connor Zilic fighting for 3rd place with Byron, but he can't get that. That opened the door for AJ Allmendinger in the 16, of course, trying to win his way into the playoffs for the first time in his career as he chases down Zilic. Back here you got Gibbs and McDowell fighting, but Chase Elliott driving away here at Watkins Glen in stage number 2. And a caution's come out here on lap 48. Cole Custer already out of the race with a gearbox mechanical failure, but what was the caution for? Finding out there's a car on pit road, I think, smoking. That's a 24 of William Byron. Big development, a hard crash for William Byron, Kyle Larson, and Noah Gragson here at Watkins Glen. A disaster for half of the Hendrick team. Larson, Byron running both inside the top 5. Now going to be out of this race in a shocking turn of events here at Watkins Glen. And now Chase Elliott will lead us back to the green with Alex Bowman. It's Allmendinger, Stenhouse, Logano, Busch, Yaley all come down pit road. More strategy games being played as we go green here. The 9 and the 48, so it'll still be an all Hendrick front row. The two remaining Hendrick cars in this race. Elliott, of course, a one-time winner this season at Martinsville. Bowman, a three-time winner, trying to get himself in a conversation for the regular season championship as we're green and back underway here. Watkins Glen, Chase Elliott versus Alex Bowman for the lead here at Watkins Glen. Who will it be? Bowman to the outside, Elliott on the inside. A great run on exit of turn 1 there for Bowman, and the 48 will take the lead here at Watkins Glen. Alex Bowman gonna beat his teammate Chase Elliott, shades of last season in the playoffs in our simulation, where Bowman won this race, beating Chase Elliott to advance to the round of 12. And now here Bowman is leading once again at Watkins Glen, trying to get the stage 2 victory over his Hendrick teammate, and then Michael McDowell and Ross Chastain, who's trying to take the points lead back now that Byron is out of this race. The 20, C. Bell, is also out. Couldn't find what happened to him. So he's out as well. Some big developments, big names out of this race. But Bowman now, final lap of stage 2, final corner right here, going to be able to hold off Chase Elliott, who looks so dominant in stage 1, as well as Michael McDowell. And Alex Bowman will win stage 2 here at Watkins Glen over Chase Elliott, Michael McDowell, Ross the Boss Chastain, Connor Zilch top 5, SVG in 6th, Ty Gibbs 7th, Hamlin 8th, 9th goes to Ryan Blaney, and Bubba Wallace earns the final stage point. So Bowman gets his 4th stage win of the season and comes here at Watkins Glen, holding off his Hendrick teammate Chase Elliott, who has 19 stage points earned on the day so far, and a great day for the night. So I'll watch here. Of course, I just figured out how to give cars a free pass. We just gave Chris Buescher the free pass. He was the first car lap down, so he's coming around the outside here, looking to get his lap back. But then he slams into the back of McDowell and the leaders. McDowell, Bowman taken out by Chris Buescher under caution. Oh my goodness, I feel horrible about it because I gave him the free pass at the wrong time at a really bad spot on the track. So he's plowing into these guys down this straightaway, and all of a sudden the dominant car of the day, Chase Elliott's got huge damage to that rear bumper. Buescher is destroyed. Bowman had to replace his rear bumper, and so a lot of cars pitting as we go green once again. It's Elliott coming down. He's got to get that bumper fixed. Ty Gibbs, Reddick, Zane Smith, a bunch of other cars coming in. That will now leave the Trackhouse teammates of Ross Chastain, your Truck Series race winner, and Connor Zilch, your Xfinity Series race winner, on the front row. So it's going to be a wild final stage as we are green, and we are back underway at Watkins Glen. How about the rookie of Connor Zilch, now officially leading a lap in all 3 races this weekend. The only driver that can say they have done that. Zilch obviously dominated the truck race, swept the first 2 stages, couldn't pull it off there, dominated the Xfinity race, got the win, and here he is leading his first lap of the day here, trying to hold off his teammate Chastain, and he does. Connor Zilch to the lead at Watkins Glen. Can the rookie go 2 for 2 in this Cup Series road course starts this season? Remember, he won his debut at Circuit of the Americas in that insanely chaotic race, and here he is leading at Watkins Glen, driving away from Ross Chastain, your current points leader in the Cup Series. How about Connor Zilch? But a caution comes out for some debris, so I'm going to restart with 20 to go. Ross Chastain, Ryan Blaine currently the front row, but they're going to pit, as is Catherine Legg and Austin Cindric from row 2. And so now that will put the weirdest front row on a road course I may have ever seen in my life. Kyle Busch in the 8, and J.J. Yaley in the 44 for NY Racing is going to be restarting P1 here at Watkins Glen with 20 laps to go. I don't believe it. This is insane. And here now we're going to be green back underway. Kyle Busch and J.J. Yaley who leads a lap. Can you believe that? J.J. Yaley leading a lap here at Watkins Glen in the big 2025. But Kyle Busch in the 8 trying to win his way into the playoffs and break the winless streak is through to the inside. And Kyle Busch to the lead at Watkins Glen. But look out behind him. Here comes SVG. Shane Van Gisbergen on the charge. He wants to win his way into the playoffs as well. He is working over Kyle Busch right now as they battle for the race lead. Yaley slots back into 3rd. Bowman behind him. And then McDowell, the top 5, but here comes Van Gisbergen down the long straightaway into the bus stop as he tries to take the leader from Kyle Busch, falls back in line. And for 3rd place, the 48 of Bowman will get around J.J. Yaley here, but SVG continuing to hound Kyle Busch here into the carousel corner. And SVG to the inside for the race lead. Here comes Van Gisbergen to the lead. SVG to the point. He will get by Kyle Busch with 20 to go at Watkins Glen and try to set sail to the victory lane and to the playoffs. But Kyle Busch with the crossover to the inside can't quite make it work. SVG holds him off here through turn 6 and now turn 7, heading up towards the start-finish line. Shane Van Gisbergen, what a restart and what a drive today to be back in control of this race, leading with just 19 laps to go at the Glen. And now here we are coming to the white flag. SVG is now driven off to a lead over Michael McDowell. McDowell's been closing in. SVG is stuck in lap traffic. White flag, final lap. Is Ricardo Bank at Watkins Glen for Shane Van Gisbergen. Hasn't finished inside the top 10 all season long through 23 races. He's about to get his first top 10 today. It may not only be that, but it might be his first win of the season. They'll punch his ticket into the playoffs. And the second win of his career as Van Gisbergen leads. McDowell is desperately trying to chase him down here as we go through the S's. But remember, SVG has a blocker behind him and his teammate of Daniel Suarez and the 99. Of course, Suarez obviously going to be dumped by Trackhouse here at the end of the year. But in front of him, you got a blockade from Cody Ware, Chris Buescher, and Ty Dillon. But SVG driving away through the bus stop for the final time. McDowell trying to close in as hard as he can. But I think he's just going to run out of time through the carousel. One final time here, Watkins Glen. Shane Van Gisbergen to the inside of Ty Dillon. That's exactly what he needed to do to almost ensure victory. Get one more car between he and McDowell as we head through turn 6 and 7 of the final time here at Watkins Glen. SVG for the crossover on Chris Buescher. Tremendous lap traffic negotiation in these final corners. Now through turn 7 for the final time. It is going to be from 35th in points to the playoffs after a dominant final stage. Shane Van Gisbergen is going to win at Watkins Glen. SVG is going to the playoffs. McDowell heartbroken in second. And here comes Kyle Busch for a well-earned third place finish here today at the Glen. Played a lot of strategy, worked out for him, P3. And how about Connor Zilic coming home for a top 5 effort in 4th. And Ty Gibbs runs on the top 5, followed by Bowman 6th, Reddick 7th, Bubba Wallace 8th, Denny Hamlin 9th. And the final spot in the top 10 will go to Zane Smith in the 38. But it is SVG dominating and winning here at the Glen, getting his second career win, first on the year, leading 24 of 90 laps and punching his ticket to the playoffs with his first top 10 and first top 5 finish of the season here today, and 35th in the points to the playoffs. SVG is in with a huge win at Watkins Glen. That's 2 years in a row now. Remember last year in Xfinity, he won this race to get into the playoffs, and he does it once again, this time in Cup, as you look at your final race results. SVG the winner. McDowell, Busch, great effort from Connor Zilic. That's 2 road course top 5s of his career so far. Gibbs, a good points effort today. Bowman had a good points day. Wallace, Hamlin, much needed top 10s. See the rest of you. How about JJ Yaley? Led a lap, finished P12. Heck of a day for him. Chase Elliott leaves disappointed with the fastest lap award, but in 13th place. As man, he could have had the best car today, but getting drilled by Chris Buescher under caution has completely ruined his race. They see everywhere else, Larson, Byron, Bell, Logano, all DNFing. Really going to shake up this playoff grid and the point standings here as we head to look at the playoff grid with just 2 races remaining in the regular season, Richmond and Daytona. Of course, it's going to be SVG becoming our 12th different winner, now punching his ticket to the playoffs, moving that cut line up another position. Chase Briscoe still looking really good at plus 42. I'd still be very comfortable if I was him. I still think he'll make the playoffs, no problem. But after that, it is an absolute bloodbath. Kyle Busch, 7 to the good. Josh Berry, 3 to the good. And Bubba Wallace on the cut line, just 2 points above Brad Keselowski. Logano now falls below the cut line, 15 points out. AJ Allmendinger up by 26, and basically Ryan Preece pretty much has to find victory lane to get into these playoffs. And a quick note, Ross Chastain has taken the points lead from William Byron, but is only by like 6 or 7, so that could change over the next 2 weeks here to end this regular season. So as we end this episode, as always, I'm going to give a shout out to my channel members. Thank you so much to JJ, Brenda Breen, and Jamie Isley for your support. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Helps this channel continue to grow, produce some awesome content. Now working towards 2,000 subscribers. So thank you guys so much for watching. And if you are watching and are not subscribed, please do subscribe. It's completely free. It only takes a couple of seconds. I'd really, really appreciate it. If you want to get a shout out here at the end of the video, like these 3, become a paid channel member. Link is in the description down below. And until the next episode from Richmond next week, I hope you all have a good one.